On the last episode, WCW officially returned with their first pay-per-view, The Big Bang. Shane McMahon ushered in a new era with every title on the line on the night. Shane Helms retained his cruiserweight crown, and Team Canada, Lance Storm and Mike Awesome, captured the tag titles with a little help from Cyrus. Rob Van Dam made a huge debut win as he surprised Shawn Stasiak. In the main event, Booker T beat DDP 2 falls to 1, retaining the world title. But due to the stipulation in the match, DDP walked away as the new US champion. The show went off the air with both men standing tall, letting the world know that they are the two men to beat in the new era of WCW. And speaking of a new era, it officially kicks off now as WCW Nitro returns to television. Alrighty, we are back in WCW 2001. Checking quickly to see if there's any news. Tajiri's working with New Japan, that's fine. Big Bang Report, sellout show with 18,000 fans, a 79 rating. The show went really well. It was very successful. It was much more successful than I thought it was actually going to be. Some great performances. Things kicked off nicely, and we got our TV deal in the end as well. So let's take a look at that just as a reminder. We're on USA. We've got good coverage, very big coverage in the US. We're on late night, so we just need a minimum quality of 65. We can do that. And this deal runs for 3 months, I think. So, I mean, we should get a good idea of what our quality is week to week, how good our shows are, get some people over so that we can get a bit of a better deal after the 3 months are up. So, let's check. Size-wise, as we've only done one show, I suppose there's not really too much has changed just yet. We've got a whole bunch of people ready to debut. I mean, half the roster is ready to debut. Bobby Heenan has some morale issues. What's up with him? Oh, yes. I forgot. He hates Tony Schiavone. I'm going to try maybe give him just some money to calm him down. Give bonus. I'm going to give him $5,000. Maybe that'll cheer him up a bit. Get him to relax. Alright, boosted morale. So he's annoyed now. That's a bit better. Let's check what we're like backstage. Yeah, Bobby Heenan is openly hostile towards Tony Schiavone. Strongest like of Kiwi. Media scrum, lack of leadership. Oh yeah, I didn't do a great job in the scrum. Mildly negative. There's some negative influences. Some of them are going to get going. The Wall, I mean, do you know what? I think the Wall is currently in rehab, actually. Where do I check that? Absences? Yeah, he'll be back in November, which is a long way. I mean, would it be would it be bad to just let the Wall go while he's in rehab? What's his contract like? He's getting paid $8,000 a month. Ironclad. Do you know what? We won't let him go. We'll just let him finish up his stint in rehab, then we'll let him go. I was hoping to kind of beat him a few times before he goes, but by the look of this, he's not going to be back before his contract is up. So you know what? We'll just pay him, let him get healthy, let him get better, and he'll be making his way out. All right, let's skip ahead. Oh, you're joking me. Oh, Mr. Perfect is passed in a drug death, which is sadly imitating life. I had plans for Curt Hennig. I'm not going to lie. He was going to be on this Nitro. He was going to be on the next pay-per-view. That is so annoying. WCW drug spotlight. Following the apparent drug death of Curt Hennig, the harsh glare of the media spotlight is firmly on WCW, as many media outlets have questioned whether the company's drug policy could have done more. Uh-oh. Oh no, this is a disaster. Sabu, okay. That's throwing me for a loop. We're in trouble. Curt Hennig has passed away. I mean, this is a disaster. What do I do now? Do I just do the regular first show? It feels weird to not Oh, that is tough. Huh. What do I do now? I gotta tell you, folks, we're in some trouble here. He was my chief enforcer as well. Oh, this is a disaster. Who was friendly with him? I'd like to do some, like a tribute or something. Okay. I'm gonna have to change some plans. If you'd like to know what my plans were for Curt Hennig, I was going to give him a push. He was going to go up against the cruiserweight division, showing that they're not real strong men like he is. Blah blah blah. He was going to be part of Bobby Heenan's family. It was going to be him and Chris Candido as a tag team. That's out the window now. Right. I guess we just book the show. I replace him in my plans, and we put on a bit of a tribute for him, I guess. That is a real shame. Let's run. All right, 7,800 fans are expected. 7,000. The Civic Center Plaza. Let's run here. The Huntington Civic Center. Yes. We should sell it out. All right, booking team meeting. We need some finishes. And near certainty Lance Storm. That'll come in handy. Good finish for Lance Storm match, who I do have plans for. Bit of a gamble with Shane Helms. No, I don't want any gambles. Let's try a character idea. Near certainty for Booker T. That's excellent. Locker room incidents. Tatanka is showing up and he wants to hang out. Unemployed. Yeah, sure. He's not going to cause any issues, I think. Okay, this is the second week in a row, I think, where Stacy Keibler has caused some issues as morale officer. Although I think Hugh Morris is a prickly, as it says, so I think it's more him than Stacy. My God. She's not having a good run as morale officer, I tell you. She's having a tough run of it, especially with the Curt Hennig news, I'd say. CM Punk's not happy. He's also irritated. Booker T, my God. Punk is only new in this. I also think they don't like each other in real life. I think there is some beef. Where Booker is like a locker room leader and he said Punk wasn't or something like that. I think I remember that right. So yeah, that tracks. Not good to be happening in 2001 though, before CM Punk's even had a match on TV. Oh my God. It's chaos back here. Okay, some good news. Right. Let's do an open forum. Let anyone say whatever they want. Awesome's got a boost. Flair, Stasiak, Heenan. Okay. Right. Let me try book this show. I need to throw out a lot of plans, make some changes to the first show. And I'll be back in a moment with the show. All right. We're back. So, we kicked things off just with a pre-show bout just for the fans in attendance to get a look at some of the younger guys we have. And a pretty good performance. Chris Hero with a 48. I mean, considering the crowd didn't know who Chris Hero or Paul London are, that's not bad. That bodes well for Chris maybe making a few appearances on TV soon. He got a very good rating for his gimmick. Paul London got a great rating for his gimmick, so that's good. The next pre-show match, similar again. Just getting a look at some of the younger guys. Amazing Red versus CM Punk. Amazing Red debuted his Spanish announce team gimmick. I probably should have set that. That is not what I want him to be doing. That's weird. But yeah, not too bad. 45 rating again. Not the worst in the world considering they're not known. Just letting them work, getting some reps under their belt. And now, on to the proper show. So, we kick off with Jerry Lawler and Tony Schiavone. Tonight, says Tony, we begin a new era for WCW, but we do so with heavy hearts after the passing of one of the greatest to ever step in the ring, Curt Hennig. You said it, Tony. Curt was one of a kind, and tonight the show is dedicated to his memory. And to kick us off, 2 members of the roster would like to have a match in Curt's honor. So, you can't just ignore it. If this was real life, the whole show would be a tribute to him. So yeah, we're kicking things off with a bit of a tribute to Mr. Perfect. And the match is DDP versus Canyon. I went with these two because DDP obviously is one of our main guys, the US champion, super over. And I knew him and Canyon obviously have good chemistry. They go back a long way. So I knew they'd have a pretty good match. I'm not sure if either of them have much history with Mr. Perfect. I'm sure DDP does. But just a nice match between a good guy and a bad guy. Good guy wins. DDP gets the win with the Diamond Cutter after 15 minutes. And yeah, 78 rating. Good match to kick us off and to pay tribute. After the match, DDP points to the sky. He lays the US title down outside the ring in front of a framed picture of Curt Hennig and a floral display as a mark of tribute to Mr. Perfect. We then fade into the Nitro opening. So that is kind of like a little section kind of before the show starts as a tribute. And yeah, titles laid down in front of Mr. Hennig, in front of Curt Hennig. I was planning on him winning the title down the line. I know he held it in real life at one stage too, so it seems like a nice tribute to have it in front of him as the show goes on with his like a big framed picture and flowers in front of or just outside the ring. So, the Nitro intro plays. I didn't know how to just do a video with no one. I don't know if you can do that. So I just had it as if Shane McMahon is kind of narrating the intro of this new era, blah, blah, blah. And then, pyro, all that stuff. This is just a little barrier to kick off the show. Oh, I've done this wrong. How do I look at these in... Okay, so this is in 3 parts. I tried to do the part thing. I don't know if I did it right. I was kind of hoping that it would split into 3 sections and then it'd go to each of them. Okay, so I'll do it from the top of my head. So Shane McMahon welcomes us to Nitro. He says it's a new era for not just for Nitro, but for WCW as a whole, and he hypes up the success of the first pay-per-view, Big Bang. As he's saying this, he's interrupted. Cyrus, Lance Storm, and Mike Awesome make their way to the ring. The new tag team champions and the man they've aligned them with, and who's aligned with them, Cyrus. Cyrus takes the microphone and he congratulates Shane McMahon on getting this new era of WCW kicked off. He also congratulates him on negotiating a successful TV deal for Nitro to get it back on the air. But, he says, you did a great job dealing with the network, but you're looking at the network. Me, Lance Storm, and Mike Awesome, we run this show. The new tag team champions and me, Cyrus. And as you know, Shane, these people don't, but I know, you cut a little deal to get Nitro back on the air. It wasn't so easy. WCW didn't have the best reputation these days after the last stint. And you had to cut a deal, didn't you? And I'm here to announce to the world what that deal is, because as you know, as part of the deal of getting Nitro back on the air, the network are guaranteed 2 title shots at the next pay-per-view, Great American Bash. Lance Storm is taking on Booker T for the world title, and Mike Awesome is taking on DDP for the US title. And that is guaranteed. Booker T's music then hits, and he makes his way out to the stage. He's got a mic in his hand, and he says, if myself and DDP whooping your 2 sorry asses is what it takes to get Nitro back on TV, then that's an easy price to pay. I'll see you all around. Booker holds his title in the air as his music plays. Cyrus smiles a bit. He knows that he's probably got something under his sleeve, but Booker is not afraid, and of course DDP is just out of a match, so he's speaking for him. Booker and DDP are happy to take on the network. So yeah, Team Canada, now known as the network, are tag champs. Got to give them a bit of a push to kick things off, and they will be taking on Booker and DDP for the titles at the next pay-per-view, which is in 4 weeks' time. On with the show. Our next match, Shane Helms and AJ Styles beat the Young Dragons when AJ managed to pin Jimmy Yang with the spiral tap. AJ, 51 rating. I'm going to get him over as best I can. Again, no one in this match really is over. Shane Helms is kind of known. The rest of them I don't think are too well known for the crowd. So a 58 rating is fair enough. Pretty good. Shane Helms at a 60. And yeah, just trying to get AJ over, giving him a bit of a rub with the Cruiserweight champion. Speaking of, after the match, Shane Helms holds up AJ Styles' hand in victory. He's clearly impressed, and a 52 rating there. So nothing incredible, but just trying to get AJ over with the crowd. Backstage, Buff Bagwell is interviewed. He says he meant what he said at the pay-per-view. Shane O'Mac is on thin ice with Buff for not booking him. It looks like Shane has seen sense, however, as Buff has been promised the main event slot tonight. And it doesn't matter who it's against. Buff is ready. So yeah, there's a bit of tension brewing, we'll say, between Buff and Shane McMahon. Also a debut here for our new interviewer, Joey Styles, backstage, as Tony Schiavone is obviously busy up at the announce desk. So yeah, Buff is in the main event tonight against, we're not too sure, somebody of Shane O'Mac's choosing. Next up, RVD beat Mike Sanders in 10 minutes with a frog splash. Mike Sanders broke his collarbone during the match, which is a shame because it looks like RVD and Mike Sanders have great chemistry. Great performance of RVD. RVD with an 81. I mean, he carried this match. I'm assuming Mike Sanders got injured early and RVD had to basically put on a one-man show, but he pulled it out. Really promising stuff from RVD. It's looking like his push is the right move. 65 rating, not the worst. Hopefully Mike Sanders, well, like, I didn't have much plans for him, but I mean, if they have great chemistry, I'd like to run this back. Yeah, Mike Sanders sustained a broken collarbone in the match, so he'll be out for a while, I'd imagine. We cut to an interview with Bobby Heenan. He pays a bit of tribute to Curt Hennig. They go back. I believe Mr. Perfect was in the Bobby Heenan family at one stage in WWF, and my plan was to run that back again here, so a shame I didn't get to do it here, but yeah, just giving Bobby a few minutes to pay tribute to the man, and didn't want to let it go, just do it in the intro and then not mention it again. We want to pay tribute throughout the show. Then, the surprise, Buff Bagwell is in the main event, and he's against none other than Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler makes his way from the announce desk, another man who goes back a bit with Curt Hennig, so I'm sure he wanted to be on the show. A great heat and decent wrestling, but Buff Bagwell gets the win after 12 minutes with some underhanded tactics. Not a great rating. Neither guy really put on a great performance, which is good to know for the future. And Buff was penalised due to being in extremely poor form, which is annoying. As I think he probably would have done better. His underhanded tactics, by the way. So the match is going on. It's Jerry Lawler is getting the upper hand. It's looking like he maybe, even though he's a much older man and Buff is kind of the current star, it looks like Jerry Lawler might get the win, but Buff in his frustration picks up that United States title belt that was laid out in front of the Mr. Perfect tribute earlier by DDP. Big heat from the crowd, obviously, for this, because it's not really, he's not disrespecting Curt Hennig, but it is quite disrespectful. That was left there as a tribute to the man, not to be interfered with, not to be part of the show, say. And Buff clocks Jerry Lawler with the United States title, lays him out and gets the pin. After the match, Buff taunts with the US title. He's holding it up and smiling as if it's his. As Jerry Lawler is about to get to his feet, Buff lines up another shot with the belt. Shane O'Mac and DDP come sprinting down the ramp for the save. Buff makes an escape. He's laughing. He's loving the chaos he's caused. And the show goes off the air with DDP and Shane furious at Buff. He didn't just, cheat to win. He didn't just hit Jerry Lawler with a title belt. He's disrespected Curt Hennig on a tribute show to the man. So yeah, not good behavior from Buff. A 76 rating, which is pretty good. Which should, in theory, in real life, would get a lot of heat on Buff Bagwell. In real life, I don't think I'd actually like this angle, but I mean, look, it's fake. Yeah, I wouldn't like to be involving a worker's death in a storyline, especially so soon if it was the day of, as it is in this. But yeah, for TEW, it's fine. It's just an angle. Yeah, so the show increased popularity in one region, lost it in two, which is a shame. Just a 67 rating. I mean, there was a lot of 50 to 65s, which is a shame. We started off pretty strong. The part thing I didn't really do correctly. I think I'll just split them into 3 angles in future rather than doing it like that, because I feel like I'm not really sure what worked and what didn't, because I couldn't see them all laid out one by one. And yeah, I think the ratings will go up. I mean, we were unlucky. I think the Mike Sanders RVD match would have been much higher if Mike Sanders didn't get injured. Buff Bagwell punished for his low form or whatever it is. That hurt our rating there. And then a lot of our guys just aren't over. I mean, the Shane Helms, AJ Styles, Young Dragons, it's 4 not really well-known guys working. DDP and Canyon was great. So, like, it can be done. We just need to get some people over. But not the worst. 67 is fine. I think we just needed to clear 65 for the TV deal. So I'm happy enough with that. Injury review. Mike Sanders is out for, okay, not too bad. He's out for 26 days. He can work angles. I don't think I'm going to be using him in any angles, but I'm sure he'll want revenge from RVD in a month's time when he's back. Financially, we made $267,000. Pretty good. We're still in the green. The pay-per-view money really helped us. Gave us a nice cushion, so we're fine. Broadcast revenue pretty good. Merchandise, not the best, but it'll go up. So yeah, happy with that. Pretty successful show. Well, saying that, probably should have ran this in one of the smaller towns or one of the smaller areas. We're already over in the southeast and mid-Atlantic, so getting over a 75 rating is going to be tough. So maybe we run the tri-state area for a while, or New England, or one of those. But look, we got over in Hawaii, so not all doom and gloom. Kane has torn his ACL by the look of it. Is there any other news going about? Not too much, really. Yeah, Curt Hennig passed away. So yeah, Nitro's back. Bit of a crazy episode. I mean, I really had to think on my feet there. I actually think I liked how the first show turned out. I liked weaving Curt Hennig's passing into the show in storyline. And I was interested trying to book, like, how would you book a tribute show? Not something I've ever done on TEW, really. So yeah, going to leave it there for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the first Nitro. Again, like I said before, let me know if you have any ideas or ideas for angles or how gimmicks to bring people in. If you want to see anything in particular, let me know. Any advice? I did get some tips on the last episode, some comments. Some ideas for people to bring in and people to team up with, which I actually like and probably will do. And shout out also to this comment here, which is let me know I could be in trouble soon, as I didn't give people exclusive contracts, and I'm going to guess that's going to come back to haunt me down the line. Hopefully not. But yeah, thanks for letting me know, though. In future, I will do that. So yeah, thanks for the advice. Appreciate everyone who's been commenting and watching so far. I was expecting, to be honest, the first few episodes of this, the first lot of episodes of this, first like 10 or 20, to get pretty much no views, but it's actually been getting a few hundred. The first one's over 600 views. Second one's, I think, 300, 400. So actually much higher than I thought it was going to be for such a niche thing like TEW. But yeah, glad you've been enjoying it. Let me know if you want to see anything else. And we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.